I'm tracking a cold front that'll bring winds of change, how that could impact the chance for rain and the temperatures in your area. Your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi friends, Rusty back with you here at Meteo Mundo on this Friday, March the 15th. I hope you've been having a great day. Coming up, we'll take a look at your weekend forecast and also going to be tracking a cold front here. This one has enough power to bring some wind shifts to portions of our area, and we'll talk about how that's going to change up the temperatures and some rain chances. As we get started, thank you so much for liking the video. Let's get into your weekend forecast. Start you off right now with our visible satellite imagery here. Very clear to see. We are still dominated by our easterlies. We have popped off a few showers in some locations. It's also been pretty hot outside through most of our area as well. We'll start with what the temperatures look like on this Friday afternoon. These are your live numbers to go along with the satellite and the radar data. Pretty nasty storm system in the United States Southeast. That's not going to impact our area, but another one later in the week will. Now, temperatures again through most of the area easily in the upper 80s, lower 90s. That's Fahrenheit. Celsius, that would be about 29, 30, 31, even close to 32 degrees Celsius in some spots. Some of the exceptions are going to be places in Puerto Rico and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands where we've had some showers. It's been hotter through portions of Central America. Very area dependent, though. There's actually been some Pacific moisture that's moved into that area, so it really just depends on where you live, but mainly in the upper 80s, lower 90s. We've had some triple-digit heat through the western coastlines of Honduras and Nicaragua, just kind of depending on where you are. There you can see there, Tegucigalpa is a little bit cooler there, but again, towards Managua, it's pretty darn steamy. Again, St. Pedro Sula in at 95 in a couple of areas there. Same thing up towards Belize City. It's a little bit cooler there, inland Belize, though, towards San Ignacio. Again, warmer, going to be in the mid 90s there. Just again, area dependent, but it's been a little bit warmer. My friends in the Kingston area have hit 90 degrees, and that's been a trend lately as well to go along with the humidity. Look at these interesting cloud features, guys. You've got some low-level winds coming out of the south and east. You've got some upper-level winds coming out of the west. It looks like an intersection of clouds through portions of our area. That is going to allow some lift in the atmosphere, exactly where we're seeing in the intersection of these clouds, and that's going to be over portions of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and the U.S. and the British Virgin Islands. So the next stop is going to be to throw the old radar on here. This is the live look to our San Juan radar here in Puerto Rico. Now, rain chances or rain right now is pretty spotty on this Friday afternoon, mainly in the central and the eastern side of the island. We've had a couple of showers clip places like St. Thomas and St. John, mainly over Culebra and Esperanza, Fajardo towards San Juan, not as far east yet as Ponce. That being said, rain chances will actually only go up later this evening. I'm looking at a better rain chance for Friday night through portions of Puerto Rico, and that will extend into the eastern sides of the Dominican Republic, including Punta Cana. You can see the thicker cloud coverage there right now. And overall, these areas are going to have some of the highest rain chances over the next several days across our entire area. More areas will get a better chance for rain coming up. Those are one of the areas that I'm going to be highlighting. Now, again, temperatures aren't that bad at all with the thicker clouds over Anguilla and Antigua and Barbuda. Again, just mainly in the lower 80s. It gets steamier as you go farther off towards the south where it's been a little bit drier. Let's talk about the wind next. So let's go on over to our live temperatures. Nope, our live winds. There we go. All right, and you can see that to go along with the winds, and let me throw this into motion in the clouds, we've had some gusts over 30 miles an hour on some of the coastal islands of Puerto Rico. Our friends in Aruba and Bonaire and Curacao, the ABC Islands, some 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts there from time to time. Now, this is kicked up. We still have some swells on the western sides of Barbados. Sorry about getting a little bit too close there. Just make sure that my mouse is not going crazy. So western swells for the Barbados area through the weekend. We still have our high surf advisory for the northern side of the Leeward Islands, Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, the British Virgin Islands included in that, St. Kitts and Nevis as well. Just an advisory. So the surf and sea conditions have come down a little bit, but just use caution out there. But again, you can see that winds are being whipped up right now, some gusts of around 25 to 30 miles an hour. Elsewhere, the winds haven't been very significant. Again, strong storm system in the United States Southeast that is not going to be kicking up the winds, at least in the short term, through portions of the Bahamas. So that's kind of what it looks like in the broad perspective. You can see the enhanced satellite imagery really kicking up some of that higher altitude satellite data for you right now. Moisture is beginning to stream into the Gulf of Mexico, and you can see that moisture plume out of the Pacific, as I've mentioned. And there's a little bit of moisture right now sitting over portions of the Turks and the Caicos. So just a little bit more moisture and a little bit more rain in this area over the next couple of days. So we're going to get into the models here coming up in just a second. The next thing I want to talk about real quickly is just to remind everyone that we're across all of social media. So you can find us in a lot of different areas. That's going to include Instagram and TikTok, X, Facebook. You got to email me if you wanted to send me a picture or video to use on these YouTube videos, myMediaMundo@gmail.com. As I always say, if you have a specific question about the forecast, all you have to do is drop it in the comment section below. So now let's get into the models and what's going to be happening here. So I'm going to start off with the winds, and we're going to talk about how we're going to see a big wind shift coming up in some areas as we get into next week. So the first thing is our easterlies are going to continue through the Leeward Islands, the ABC Islands, mainly through portions of Puerto Rico and the British and U.S. Virgin Islands as well. Now, that will stay the same through Jamaica and the Cayman Islands and portions of Central America for the next few days. But there is a big wind shift coming in right now. And you can see this next front that'll be moving in early next week has a nice little push of northerly winds. Take a look at that. So now we're actually getting a true north wind in places like Freeport and Nassau and Georgetown there in the Cayman Islands, even Cancun and coastal Belize, the Turks and the Caicos, portions of Hispaniola, the northern sides of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and that wind shift at least brings a little bit of a north wind from time to time through the northern sides of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. We stay with our easterlies here through the Leeward Islands, but that is going to bring about some changes as far as chances for rain and temperatures. So that's kind of what the winds look like in general as far as direction. Let's talk about their speed. Let's look at their intensity. So same model, going to put this back into motion for you right now. As you can see, some exceptionally strong winds highlighted on our legend, and the yellows and the oranges will be blowing up again over the ABC Islands. It's not unusual for this time of the year, but Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao should have some 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, over 35 knots from time to time in the afternoon hours over the next 5 days. Again, these are easterly winds coming in, and then we look up to the north to pick up some northerly winds dropping back in through the Bahamas and the Northwest Caribbean. By the way, Bermuda continues to get slammed with a ton of wind. Another major storm system coming off the United States East Coast is going to bring some 40, 50, even 60 mile an hour winds to Bermuda. They were cool today. Their temperatures were only in the upper 60s. So you get the idea that we have big wind maker here coming off the United States East Coast, and that is going to be bringing about some change. Now, some of you have been asking me for a little bit more in the way of temperatures. So as I pull those up, you want to drop a like. I'd certainly appreciate it. You want to subscribe to the channel. That would help us out as well. So we're going to take a look at your temperatures for daytime highs for tomorrow. That's tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Obviously, look, are we going to have a huge swing in temperatures by tomorrow? No. But some areas in interior Yucatan towards Belize are going to be a little bit on the hotter side. I mean, it just really is very area dependent here. You can see that the model is picking up on some triple digit heat in interior locations. It's going to be cooler in other areas. Places like Jamaica should actually start to see slightly cooler temperatures. These numbers might be a little bit underdone, probably in the upper 20s Celsius wise through most of these areas here. As a matter of fact, let me step it out. Let me go back towards 2 o'clock here and see if we pick up a little bit warmer air. Yeah, and the model's going to do a little bit better for daytime highs right around 2 o'clock, which is just really depends on the time of the year, but because we have a shallower sun angle. But again, you can see we're still going to be hitting some 90s there. So again, 30, 31 degrees Celsius, certainly not out of the question. In Hispaniola, again, very area dependent. Some areas of the interior sections here will be well into the 90s. Now, it's a little bit cooler in portions of the Dominican Republic. I mentioned the clouds and the rain, and it's the same thing for Puerto Rico as well. It's not going to be an exceptionally hot weekend in this area with the thicker clouds. Now, you get down towards Barbados, still relatively comfortable there. But again, there will be some spots here across the islands that'll be getting into at least the upper 80s, if not the lower 90s. Trinidad and Tobago, especially Trinidad, would be one of those areas. So that's kind of just a quick look at the temperatures for tomorrow afternoon. Again, you want to talk about getting to some nice late winter, mid-March temperatures. Look at Freeport tomorrow, Nassau, upper 70s, maybe pushing 80 degrees at most. So that's what tomorrow afternoon looks like. We'll take the model. We'll go out 48 hours. No, we'll go out 24 hours. 2 hour 54 right there. And this is going to be your daytime highs for your Sunday. I don't expect there to be a lot of change. Obviously, you're looking at still some possible triple-digit heat through central portions of Central America. For my friends in Jamaica, again, I wouldn't be shocked if we're hitting the upper 70s in some spots. Now, you get inland here towards Mandeville, Maypen, some of the areas that you guys have let me know have been very, very dry lately. 91, 92, so 31, maybe even 32 degrees Celsius for interior sections of Jamaica for your Sunday. Temperatures are going to be getting hotter through portions of the Dominican Republic there, except along the coastline. You can see a little bit cooler there. Still an opportunity for some rain in these areas. It will begin to dry out through portions of Puerto Rico. So now temperatures begin to climb. And I think overall, we'll just see relatively nice conditions in the Leeward Islands. Temperatures will not be outrageous. It'll be a little bit hotter down towards Trinidad, 88, 89, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Again, maybe the model's a little bit cooler than what it should be here. Strong east winds will be prevalent. So that's kind of just a broad brush look, and boy, that is really broad brush, of what the temperatures are going to look like over the weekend. Still some 70s to lower 80s there in portions of the Bahamas. All right, let's get into the rain chance over the next 5 days. So I've already shown you the rain or the wind shift coming in with our next front. How is this going to bring us some better rain chances? Well, first of all, again, a lot of concentration of showers and some really nasty gale conditions up in the Bermuda area. As I've mentioned, most of the Leeward Islands stays under our easterly. So that means it's still relatively low rain chances every day. We'll still have shallow moisture to play with all the way from Anguilla down towards Grenada and Trinidad and Tobago. It's just not going to be a lot of rain. So a 10, maybe 20% chance for showers at best. The ABC Islands here may not get a drop of rain over the next 5 days. If they do, it is a brief passing shower at best. Now, for the British and U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, again, we're going to see additional rain try and move in later tonight. You can see that on the model. This is this evening, right around 9 p.m. Showers could be moving over Tortola and St. John and St. Thomas and the eastern and central sides of Puerto Rico. Passing showers, but here you go, overnight. Your rain chance is actually relatively high. Then it kind of fades away. Sorry about that. I missed a couple of clicks there. It kind of fades away for time, redevelops somewhat into Saturday and Sunday, but rain chances overall begin to kind of stair step down, leading to a drier forecast to kick off next week. Then the impacts of the next front move in mid to late next week. So same thing for the Dominican Republic. We'll see more rain moving in again overnight. We could actually start off relatively wet, anywhere from Puerto Plata to Samana, La Romana, Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, all could have some showers to kick off our Saturday morning. Scattered showers in the forecast over the weekend as well. It'll be a little bit lower rain chance here through portions of Sunday, except a nice little blow up of showers maybe inland, and then we'll dry back out. And again, this is looking at Tuesday for additional showers. So I'll put this into motion all the next 5 days. And this is one area that I think actually has a pretty good chance for some showers almost every afternoon. We'll talk about kind of the breakout and the rain chances in this area coming up in just a couple of minutes. Moving on over to our friends in Jamaica. We get into a little bit drier forecast, guys. Again, we'll still have our easterlies. Temperatures will still be relatively normal for this time of the year. The humidity will be up. Some interior sections of Jamaica, it is going to be very steamy. I don't have a lot of green on the map for you, friends. An isolated shower is possible. We could get a couple of showers for your Saturday afternoon. So let me show you Saturday afternoon here. It's just not much. I'm looking at a couple of different things that maybe show at least a few showers then, but you know, relatively speaking, I don't have a lot of rain for you over the next 5 days. Into Central America, again, very area dependent. We've had some tropical moisture coming in from the Pacific, and you can see some of those showers firing up. For the Caribbean coastlines here, including Roatan, San Pedro Sula, Belize City, I expect a little bit of morning rain. We will see some morning showers in places like Belize City over the weekend. This is tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Now look, brief passing showers, maybe some clouds to kick off the morning. The sun returns in the afternoon. We're going to do it again on Sunday morning from San Pedro to Belize. And again, interior sections like San Ignacio and Orange Walk will be relatively drier. And then we kind of dry out overall as we get into earlier next week. Now, I say we're drying out, but that's more of a brief respite. More moisture will continue to develop through portions of Mexico, and this could bring us some better rain chances mid to late next week. I don't expect a lot of rain in the Bahamas over the next 5 days. I have already mentioned that we typically are going to be missing this next front. The next one will be moving in quickly, but once again, a brief passing shower here beginning maybe late Tuesday and into Wednesday. Portions of the Turks and Caicos could see some showers ahead of that, but at least for the next 3 days, I don't have a lot in the way of rain over the Bahamas. So looking at the wide view, throw this into motion one more time here. Just kind of a nice quick look at what our area looks like over the next 5 days. Again, isolated showers for the Leeward Islands, a few showers certainly likely for the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico over the next few days. A little bit of moisture trying to develop in the Southwest Caribbean could spell a few showers for coastal sides of Central America. And then relatively speaking, places like the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, and the Bahamas will be relatively dry. So the rain chance in your area over the next 3 days. For the Northwest Bahamas, zip, zero, zilch. Get outside, enjoy it, friends. Again, 70s for highs in most areas. Belize City, 20% chance for mainly morning showers here over the next few days. For Jamaica, again, it's not much. We might have a couple of showers kind of trying to develop Friday evening. Don't have much for tomorrow, 30% chance on Sunday. For the Dominican Republic, few showers for the remainder of today, but a better 50% chance for showers tomorrow than a 30% chance on Sunday. Very isolated showers in areas like Barbados and St. Lucia and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines area as well. Trinidad and Tobago, if you could spell an isolated shower, consider yourselves lucky. You're going to be mainly dry. And then Puerto Rico, 40% chance for evening rain tonight, and then a 50% chance for showers both on Saturday and Sunday. So some areas will be getting a little bit wetter, and then some areas will be getting a little bit cooler. But again, you saw from those winds, that front has the opportunity to spell some changes with our temperatures next week, and that's what I'll be monitoring. Have a great rest of your Friday, friends. Again, thank you so much for liking the video here. Thank you for joining us. If you have not become a subscriber yet, subscribe. If you would like to become a member, remember, just click that join button to help support the channel. It's just 99 cents a month. We appreciate our members here at Meteo Mundo, certainly for us here. All right, friends, we're going to wrap it up for you right now. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you soon right here at Meteo Mundo.